Hi, this is Cindy, Uniquely Cindy, once again at another roadside cemetery. This is one that, from the looks of it, was also on private land. The cemetery is two families that I can tell, and it goes back to the early 1800s. Lots of little one graves in here, less than 15 years old, and babies' graves. And as always, I think they're some of the saddest. But this is a family cemetery, and it looks like it is still to this day well maintained. The latest grave that I saw in here was in the early 2000s, and we have some veterans in here from World War II that I saw, and it's just a very well maintained, nice looking. You can tell that this family loves and takes care of their own. So I wanted to show you this one. I'm going to be hitting up a couple of more this morning. And as my husband likes to say when he reposts this for me on his page, he says I'm haunting cemeteries. I just think cemeteries are nice. They're wonderful. They tell a story. And every one of these graves has a beginning date. Some of them are shorter in the ending date. For example, this one's 1887 to 1900. You know, less than 15 years old, and you got to wonder about their short story that they had, a 2-year-old, a 10-year-old, and you wonder about their lives, you wonder about their families. But here in this cemetery this morning, just about every one of these graves have two sayings on them: asleep in Jesus and resting in peace. So God bless these families, and may they rest in peace. As I go out the gate again, I want to show you the wreaths. You can tell that even to this day they're still maintained and thought about. This is a Bertha M, and that caught my attention because my grandmother's name, or my great-grandmother's name, was Bertha May, and I thought that was interesting. I know obviously this is not her, my grandmother is in Georgia, but it was just interesting that they both had the same names. This is out in the middle of a field. I imagine at one time this was probably farmland, complete farmland, and then the family chose some of the land to bury their family members on, and it's still a cemetery today. I don't know about North Carolina. I know in Georgia, where I'm from, the cemetery cannot be disturbed for 100 years after a family has a family cemetery, and the state approves it. It takes 100 years before any of those graves can be located, and if the land sells, then the graveyard has to be maintained by the current purchasers or the previous family, depending on the contract. Got these beautiful red, white, and blue wreaths here. I'm guessing it's in remembrance of the veterans that are in the cemetery and their service to our country. And I'll say here on this video, thank you for your service. Have a great day, and I will see y'all later.